What's up, you guys? It's Sentai here, and today we have the 2023 Sentai mech here for my series. ZyutenOh from Kaisen Sentai Zyutenger, made up of 5 components. Really excited to show this guy off. Earlier than the drive gather stuff, pretty early this year, so I'm happy about that. But before I get started showing off the mechs, I'll throw a picture of the Zyutengers on the screen. I actually have art this year of the Rangers. It's finalized. So, nice, solid look, chibi style, really adorable looking. But yeah, so I'm actually gonna do something a little bit different this year. I'm actually gonna go in backwards order in terms of their roll call. So that means I'm gonna look at Pink first. So Pink is an otter. So this is Kaisen otter. So it's like Kaisen plus the animal they're based off. So Kaisen otter for her. And it looks pretty good. Nice solid pink color, varying pinks. A little bit that translucency. Once again, I have these translucent bricks since Miraculture, so like might as well just use them just a little bit. Fist hanging off the back because she is the arm. Not really too much that this one can do on its own. It's probably the most basic on its own, but I like it. You have a ball joints in the head, hinge legs on all fours, and a ball joint in the tail. Other than that, there's not really too much else to her. Nice blue eyes. She's also highlighted in white as well. But yeah, not really too much to this one. It's just a nice little, cute little otter little mech. Next up, we have Kaisen Shark, which belongs to Juten Shark right here, the Blue Ranger. So yeah, really nice looking right here. I guess I should say Juten Shark is a male, and then the pink is a female right here. But yeah, really nice looking. I didn't really know how to pull all these animals off, because this is like the first season that I'm really like diving into like the whole animal thing. I did that with BVA a little bit, but insects I think were easier to capture. But I think I did a solid job. Having the transformation, have them look the way they do, it looks pretty good. Articulation wise, he can open his mouth or open his jaw like that. Which I think this is probably more akin to like a crocodile than a shark, because the shark will probably have the bottom jaw open. But again, transformation and how this guy has to work with his transformation, they kind of had to open like this. These fins move like that, and these fins move like here. You can't get the tail to move to a side-to-side motion like he's swimming like that. So that is an option right there. But yeah, Kaisen Shark does look really neat. I'm actually really glad how this guy came out. He turned out really good. Next up, we have Kaisen Kangaroo, belonging to Zyutenger, who was a male. Yeah, this one definitely stumped me the most. I did not know how I could have captured the kangaroo look. And I don't know if I captured it perfectly, but I'm actually really proud of how this guy turned out. Especially, again, with the way it transforms and how it has to look in robot mode. I think it turned out really nicely. There's a little bit of asymmetry with actually both shark and kangaroo, since, how they transform. So this side here is a little bit more, different from this side. Different varying yellows, like some darker yellow, some lighter yellow, a little bit of translucent yellow, some gold. Right there. There's the head. Right there. There's the tail. Articulation-wise in this guy, you have ball joints in the arms here, and ball joints on the hands here. The head can move, but then you'll be kind of hiding the eyes a little bit. So there's that. You can't move the feet here and the tail, but that's more for transformation's sake. But yeah, again, really happy of how this guy turned out. Yeah, he's really fun. Next up, we have Kaisen Cheetah, who belongs to Juten Cheetah, who is the Green Ranger, who is female. So again, another cheetah mech after High Speedo from Drive Gather last year. But I do like how I captured her look. Nice, bright greens. So I think she really does pop out. Probably this, I think just in general, just really pops out. A lot of like nice bright colors on this guy. Yeah, nice varying greens on her. Looks pretty good. Articulation wise, you do have a ball joint in her head, The legs can move forward and backward just on some standard pins. The hind legs can move forward and backward like that. So you can get a pretty good, like, cheetah running pose. The legs can move outward, or the hind legs can move outward a little bit. The tail can move up and down, although, you know, I don't really move the tail all that much because it does kind of look like you're kind of breaking the sculpt a little bit. And then the end of the tail can move up and down, and rotate, and can rotate the lightning bolt right here. But yeah, not really too much to her, you know, just a nice little cheetah mech. Finally, we have Kaisen Hawk, which belongs to ZyutenOh, who was of course red. Yeah, this is the first guy that I built, and again, I'm quite a big fan of this guy. You may also notice that once again, it's another kind of like rebuild of Highest Speedo, which was a rebuild of Miracle Blaze. So once again, Miracle Blaze still the base of Miracle Blaze is still being used, although it's a bit more, even more edited from last year, but you know, it definitely does look really, really great. The head right here, nice blue eyes right there. Well, it's just the one step, but blue eyes right there. Kind of bulky chest right here. Nice black. He does have some pretty funny giant cartoon like feet right here, so that's pretty fun. I kind of got this idea from Gingaman with Green's mech, so that's pretty fun. There's the back. There's the tail. Here's a look at the wings of the top side of the wings. Again, nicely built like that. Really, really nice. He does have little stud shooters up here. I don't really use stud shooters like that a whole lot because, again, stud shooters will get, you know, once you shoot stud shooters, most of the time the studs get lost. I'm not really trying to lose any studs, but they're just kind of there for like aesthetic purposes. So that's pretty neat. Articulation wise, the head can move up about that far, down, not too far before you bump into the chest here, but a little bit. And the top part of the head can move up like that. The legs can move forward and backward, and he has ball joints at the feet, so just to get them adjusted nicely. You can move those out a little bit too. You know, I just get different kind of stances. The tail can move up and down at the base, right there. His wings are on ball joints, so they can move, you know, on that ball joint, and he has a hinge at the midsection of the wing. So that's that. Yeah, and I really like this guy. He's really, really fun. But yeah, that's ZyutenOh. So here is ZyutenOh all put together. If you saw me pause a little bit when I was transforming Hawk, that's because the little red flag on the wing, one of the clips like broke a little bit, which is fine. I knew that was loose anyway. I think I have replacements for those. So I think I'm like an extra set that I have, so I can probably replace those. If I can't, oh well. But yeah, but I really, really like this guy. Really, really great. I love the transformation for him. It's like a really, really like complex transformation. Not that much parts forming like Drive Guider. You know, Drive Guider was a lot of parts forming. This guy, not a lot of parts forming. It's mainly just like standard transformation. And again, the colors on him really, really pop because like there's a lot of the Rangers color on here. Not too much gray, not too much black. It's a nice like solid bright blue, bright yellow, bright green, bright pink, and nice solid red. And you know, let's have a better look at the head right here. One of my favorite Lego heads that I've made. Very unique right there. Let's have a better look at these guys right here. Really, really great. Right there, there's kangaroo. There's the shark. I like the little aesthetic bits right here because he has very like big feet. Very, very big feet. And I like how shark's fin right here kind of complements how kangaroo kind of like juts out of the foot right here. So it's a nice little balance here. Obviously, shark does make a pretty big heel right here. But again, I think it looks really, really nicely. And I think his back doesn't look too ugly either. I think he has a pretty solid looking backside. I think I accomplished that pretty nicely by making the front of Hawk, or bringing the back the front of Hawk in his Hawk form. So I just think the back is more appealing than previous years, which again, I'm a big fan of. But yeah, that's about it for that shot of ZyutenOh right there. So let's look at the articulation on this guy. Pretty standard for my Sentai mech since Megazord. The head can move up and down. He can move the neck too a little bit. So that's pretty neat. The head movement is more useful on here than it was for on Drive Kaio and a high speedo. So that's pretty good. Arms standard ratchet hinge joints right here. No elbows. I kind of wanted to add elbows on this guy, but I didn't want to make Otter or Cheetah look too awkward, so I didn't. But he does have ball jointed hands right here. And of course, Otter's tail is not a ball joint, so you can get that out the way. A Cheetah doesn't really need that much because like the tail is higher, but if you need it to move for some reason, you can get that to move. So the hand will be nice looking like that. Let's take these weapons out because I'm actually gonna sew something off with that in a second. All right. Actually, I guess I should show right here. The arms only move forward that much due to the wings here. Up is pretty standard, but again, the wing just kind of get in the way of the wing shoulder pads, but you know, it still works. The legs can move forward, kick up about that far, which is really, really high. I think it might be the highest. I think it's high. I don't remember how high it was on Drive Kaio. But yeah, and backward. And the foot doesn't really get in the way at all. You can't move them into the splits like this. The foot will kind of like move itself out the way because it is on a ball joint, but you just gotta fix that when you transform it. He does have knee joints right here, which again, I like how he comes with that, even with Shark and Kangaroo, and still make him look pretty good in the individual form. So he has been at the knee. They do have rotations at the knee, like that. So again, that does offer a bit more postability options. No real foot articulation because there's no real like ankle on this guy. It's just like a giant foot. A Shark, it's the same way. You know, same mobility. Although he does have a attack though, where the head comes down, dorsal fin comes around, and he kind of like bites the monster with his shark foot. So that's fun. That's a fun little gimmick that he has. Yeah, that's about all the articulation that he has in this form, though. You also can bend this a little bit to make it a bit more like a kneecap, I guess. Wait for Kangaroo. You can detach his head and put it on the stud to kind of like mimic a head movement, which is what I do when I'm posing the guy around. So that's pretty useful right there. But yeah, now like I was saying, there are multiple different ways you can pose the guy with his weapons. So if you only want him with the cheetah weapons, again, you can just have the arrow, which I already showed. You can also have these as little swords, or maybe like little I guess they're a little bit too long to be just knives, but like little bladed weapons right here without the shark tail, like that. And something that I did think of before, that you can put these on the side if you didn't want him using those, like that. So there's that. There's those on his hips. You can't just have Shark hold the sword like that, or just Shark tail be the sword like that. But here's my favorite configuration and what you see in the thumbnail. So we're actually do this. We're gonna take off all of Cheetah's legs like this, and as you can see, there's two little studs and inverse studs on Shark here. So what you do is take a leg, take the two front legs, put them on the bottom here, and then take the two hind legs and put them on right here and right here, like that. Boom. I dang it. Boom, like that. And then you have a a makeshift sword shield. Wait, do I have these on wrong? I have these on wrong. My fault. No, it's supposed to be like this. Yeah, my mistake. But yeah, you have a makeshift sword slash shield, which is the way I prefer to pose this guy. I just prefer this weapon. It looks more complete. It looks more awesome. And that's just my preferred way to have him pose. Here is ZyutenOh next to him, ZyutenOh from Zyutenger. But he's actually taller than ZyutenOh right here. As you can see. He's taller than ZyutenOh. So, I didn't bring my ruler in. I don't know. I think ZyutenOh is around 10 inches, so he might be maybe like 10 and a half, maybe even 11 inches. 11 inches tall. So he's around the same size of like DX King Ulger from King Ulger. Here's ZyutenOh from Kaisen Sentai Zyutenger. I'm really glad of how this guy turned out. I think he's a really fun mech. Definitely more fun than Drive Kaio or kangaroo, since that was a hot hassle to take apart and like transform. This guy, I find myself transforming and de-transforming this guy quite often. But yeah, really fun. I like this guy quite a lot. And I hope you guys like it too. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is Sentai signing out. Peace out, guys.